Back in 2014, I was on vacation to Disneyland and I bought Lee Rosse. I was in the middle of a bit of a Cars phase at the time, and I bought him simply because I saw the word Chase on his packaging, and I knew, oh hey, that means he's rare. I should get him because he's going to be a really rare car. Ironically, 8 years later, in 2022, Lee Rosse has become the only ever Chase to just get a casual re-release. A decision that, as I've stated in the past, I fully support. We haven't had new Chases since 2014, so you may as well re-release them, right? There are some very significant characters that have only ever been released as Chases. As long as they don't re-release Super Chases, I'm fine with them re-releasing Chases. And you could tell just from the fact that Lee Rosse is a bit more damaged than a lot of my other cars that this is a very well-loved diecast in my collection. Lee Rosse has been a personal favorite car of mine for many, many years now, and for years I thought he was the only one of his kind until later on in 2017 when I really got into cars. I learned about Nate Stanchion and Jessica Giampetrol, the other two all-in-all scientists from Cars 2, diecasts that I completely had no clue existed when I first bought Lee back in 2014. By the way, Lee includes a little flask accessory, which I do have, just not with me right now. I still have it. I don't want to make it seem like I don't, but I just pulled out Lee for this review, not his accessory. But Nate and Jessica have now been cars on my radar for years, and they've been ones I've been planning on buying online for quite a while. But I didn't have to buy them online because Mattel re-released them this year in 2022. Easily one of the most surprising re-releases this year. It makes perfect sense because the theme for a lot of the Cars 2 diecasts this year has been characters that appear in Radiator Springs on the wheel well scene and on the Meldorado show. So these two and Lee fit perfectly. It's just so cool to have these guys back in a 2-pack like they originally were. There was actually a rumor for quite a while of a 2022 diecast codenamed Beaker. Now, while I believe that it would be Dr. Bunsen Honeydew's squeamish lab assistant, most other people assume that it was probably Jessica Giampetrol re-released as a single. While that turned out to actually be Lee, who of course comes with sort of a beaker as his accessory. Although unfortunately he doesn't come with the Muppet character. What a shame. Of course, none of us assumed that Lee would be re-released, and we all assumed that the beaker codename was Jessica, since she's sort of holding a beaker of some kind. But no, it was Lee, and Jessica and Nate ended up in a 2-pack, just like they did back in 2014. Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Nate Stanchion and Jessica Giampetrol's 2-pack from 2022. Sorry for the nearly 3-minute long intro. I really like these cars and I had a lot to say beforehand. So yeah, let's get started here. We have Nate and Jessica, and then here we have, guess what, Nate and Jessica. Crazy. And Nate actually comes with a little clipboard accessory, which is very funny. I love how oversized his pencil is. Look at how huge it is compared to on the wheel. In classic Cars fashion, of course, we couldn't attach it to the wheel. We had to attach it on either side of the car, which meant the pencil was made huge. You have a little small parts warning because of that, probably. Then on the back, you can see, as seen in Cars 2, we got these two, Zen Master and Mike Fuse, who I reviewed yesterday, and Nate and Jessica. Now let's get these guys out of the package. Probably, I said yesterday, the Zen Master Mike Fuse 2-pack is probably the best 2-pack of 2022. That's the best 2-pack, but this is probably tied for my favorite, because I don't have either of these guys. But, yeah, so cool to have this. Alright, so, got him out of the package. We also have the clipboard, which is just held in by this little additional piece of plastic. Alright, we've got Nate, we've got Jessica, we've got the clipboard. We just toss the card back to the side, and we'll get started by taking a look at Nate's clipboard. There it is. It's a clipboard. As you can see, there are a bunch of scribbles on it. It doesn't say anything. We have some hexagons for some reason. So yeah, but hey, the fact that he comes with it is pretty nice. I did not expect his rear view mirrors to stick out this much. Looks a little odd. But I mean, it looks perfectly fine. But yeah, you could sort of have him hovering over the clipboard or sort of have him writing with his pencil, which unfortunately is just one big hunk of yellow soft plastic. Oh wow, okay. Didn't expect it to be attached like that. I thought it would just be pegged into the side here, but no, it's attached to the sort of the wheel well and plugged into the base. Okay, so yeah, kind of loose. It's not going to break off, but that is definitely worth noting. Kind of wish the pencil had a bit more paint on it. Like, what pencil is fully yellow until you get to the tip of the pencil, right? This part is usually not, you know, it's the color of the wood the pencil is made of, and of course it looks like that on the artwork because that's what a pencil looks like, but you know, it would have been nice if they just added some more paint to it. I believe Nate is a Mini Cooper. I think that's what that logo is, and I'm pretty sure his mold has been reused, but I'm not too sure on that, so if it was, definitely let me know in the comments. You of course have his visor there, very serious expression. Just a really good looking car all around. Really works as a great scientist car, right? On the back we have his license plate, which reads AB52TOP, or maybe TQP, can't quite tell. But I do have something unfortunate that I've discovered. They have the same profession. They appear in the same scene. You didn't think maybe you should give them different license plates? I don't know why I expected that. I don't know why I saw that coming. This is the second time I filmed this part of the review, if you couldn't already tell from the fact that we cut before we got to it. But even before I flipped it around the first time in the previous take of this part of the video, I just had a feeling, guys. I had a feeling. It's like the Black Eyed Peas, okay? I got a feeling. But my feeling isn't that tonight's going to be a good night. No, my feeling is that these two cars are going to have the same license plate. And guess what? They did. Alright, well, what are you going to do, right? There's a look at the other side. Better look at the pencil. And there is a look at the base. And now moving on to Jessica. Oh, look at that. She's so cool. That is a really cool car right there. She, of course, also has a visor, and she's holding up this beaker, tinted green. The whole thing is colored in green instead of, you know, in the movie where it would be clear with green liquid in it, but it's fine. It's really too small to sort of dual mold like that or make it look like there's actually liquid inside. It's perfectly fine as it is, and I think it looks really great. What a cool, unique pity. She's got sort of the hazmat visor on. She's on the sort of the Adam Park body, or Francesco's Pity body, which, is she the first car to use this mold? I'm not too sure. More recently, this basic mold was used for the Clown Pity, I believe. It's been used all over, but most prominently for some World Grand Prix pit crew members. Very interesting that she's not holding the beaker with her forks. She has a little insert piece to hold it between them. I guess it was too dangerous for her to hold it with her forks, but she's got sort of like these prongs, which is just a pretty funny little detail there. Yeah, I guess it was also too dangerous for her to hold the prongs with her forks. But yeah, no, definitely is movie accurate and just looks really, really good. Very simplistic color scheme. Just a really cool car. Both really cool cars, and I'm so glad to finally have them and Lee. Where is her legal information? She's too small to have the Made in Thailand printed on her? Wow. I guess so. That is very interesting. Unless it's on the actual car somewhere and I missed it, but I don't think I did. So there you have it, guys. Easily one of my favorite two-packs. Two of my favorite Cars re-releases. This year has had a lot of incredibly solid re-releases, and these two are definitely among them. Great to have these three together. I mean, they don't all appear in the same scene. Lee's in a different image than these two because they only ever appeared in still images, but still incredibly cool to have these guys, and I'm so glad they were finally re-released. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.